Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. On his last comedy tour, I think Kevin Hart sold out Madison Square Garden for something insane like 3 straight nights over a weekend. And if the general public could appreciate what Shanique Grant is doing right now, I think she would have zero problems packing the house at MSG for 7 straight nights. The reigning queen of the women's physique division is back, firing on all cylinders, and maybe looking as good as we've ever seen her at this point in her prep. Getting to the top of the mountain was obviously a major deal for Shanique last season, but now that she's there, I don't envision her planning to leave anytime soon. I guess Shanique isn't the only Olympia title holder who thought yesterday was a good day to crush a leg workout, because Flex Lewis was out there putting in a little bit of work of his own. Fresh off a trip back home to the UK where he did all sorts of business and TV appearances, the 212 legend didn't waste any time knocking out a heavy leg day back in his private training facility. I know there have been some rumblings about Flex making a comeback this year, but there's no truth to them. But I do think it would be the coolest story of all time if he could get it all together in time to make a run at the Open Mr. Olympia now that Roden won't be defending his title, because that story alone might be enough to break the bodybuilding internet. Sometimes it takes a while to get into the spotlight, but once you're there, you're there. And after what she did at the Vancouver Pro last weekend, it's a pretty safe bet to say that figure standout Lola Montez has earned a few minutes to shine. The second-year pro did make a hell of an impression with her 7th place finish at the Arnold earlier this year. But what she did in Vancouver really put her front and center and forced everyone to pay attention. At this point, I'm not exactly sure where or how she fits into the figure Olympia equation. But if she comes in at her best, Lola Montez is a top call-out for certain. I know a few people that have been pushing for the wellness division in the Pro League for years. And in 2020, all the wellness lovers finally get their wish. Last week, the IFBB officially announced the standards for the new wellness division, which I think will be an instant hit with the fans once they figure out what's going on here. For the general public or the casual fan, I actually think wellness will end up being really popular in the same way that we've seen bikini and men's physique inflate the numbers of athletes at some of these national shows to completely insane numbers. And once the powers that be get a real sense of where this thing is going and how they want it to direct, we'll see this division end up being a fan favorite. I guarantee it. This is a really cool time in the classic physique division with all the new guys that we've got coming onto the scene. That being said, you still have to respect the 24-year-old OGs like Chris Bumstead, who paved the way for the next generation. I'm not even sure if Chris is legally old enough to rent a car here in the US, but that hasn't stopped him from securing 2 top 2 Olympia finishes and being widely regarded as one of the front runners to contend for the title year after year. Yes, he's been a little quiet so far, but you should always fear the man who walks quietly and carries a big stick. And trust me, when he's ready to start swinging, there won't be a damn thing quiet about him. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.